check out this beautiful day. You guys, like, it's gorgeous. It's May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, baby. We're in our 40s. We got 2 kids. We're not doing anything tonight. So instead, like good old people, we're working on the garden. I don't know if you guys have checked your 10-day outlook on the weather, but here in Eastern Kentucky, what do they say? Derby weekend or Mother's Day are always safe bets for planting. Technically, our last frost day was in April, but we did have some cold snaps. And so I've been holding out for perfect weather. But you guys, my 10-day outlook is gorgeous. It's full of thunderstorms and rain, which mean warm weather. So we're gonna have overnight lows in the high 50s, low 60s. Daytime highs are gonna be in the high 70s, low 80s, and then rain. I mean, it's like the perfect trifecta for growing. So I have gotta get some stuff in the ground today. So I'm gonna do a little more maintenance on my garden beds. In the other video we're posting, you'll see Zach is fixing up our rototiller because we tried to till up here with ours and it's just not working. So we're gonna put food in straight in the ground, and I'm gonna finish putting dirt in some raised beds that I've made. So let me give you a little garden tour before we get into what I'm gonna do with my beds. So like here I planted a it's called a dragon's tail. Let's get that out of here. Dragon's tail radish. And so this is different than like a regular radish. You don't eat the root. This will create these pods. They almost look like yard long beans. Never had them. Totally excited about those. I have a little bit of broccoli rabe. Looks like I had one here, no longer. You know, I planted carrots in here, which you can kind of see some of them coming up. And then I'm really sad about this because this was all garlic and there's only a few, and technically these are from last year. So my chickens have destroyed it, and you know what, that almost looks like a tomato. I don't know what that is. Some kind of volunteer, it looks like. But this should have been garlic. It's not. See this? See this? Asparagus. Oh, what a bountiful harvest of asparagus. So we're just letting that thing go to flower, and that will be something for next year. Hopefully my garlic will come through. Then my onion patch. You guys, I'm totally excited. Now the chickens did get in here and create a mess, but there's still quite a bit of garlic growing. I mean, not garlic, onions. Some red onions. And then I have, to be truthful here, I don't remember if this is cabbage or collard greens, but it's starting to, I feel like it's collard greens. But you can see it's already starting to get ate. So I need to get this covered today because they have, the moths or whatever eat these have come to town. And then I'm prepping this side of this bed, and as you can see, we have peas growing here, and then I have carrots here. I got purple carrots, regular carrots. So I'm excited that those you guys, these were not this beautiful yesterday. Like literally I watered these like crazy yesterday and they just sprouted up crazy overnight. And then here is the spot we're tilling, and I got four beds over here. This is the bed I'm going to work on today because I want to put some cucumbers in it, and I saw this on TikTok and I had to do it. So I'm making like a little bean hut. So I'm going to go around and plant beans around the edge, and then they'll vine up and create like a tent, shaded little tent kids can play in or whoever. And then I want to put dirt in these as well because as the cucumbers grow, it'll provide shade during the day. So I could maybe try and grow some lettuce or some brassicas or something that need more shade right here. And then I got another bed there, but I still have so much to do, you guys. For those of you who have worked full-time and tried to garden, you've got to know what it's like. So here, let's get some work done. I'm gonna go and add some compost to those and just by hand mix it up with the hoe. Nothing crazy. So I can go and plant some cucumbers in there. Okay, so I sprinkled in 2 bags of compost, and then I mixed it in. The other day I showed you what I did with my peat moss. I added peat moss as well. I don't know how I feel about peat moss yet. It dries out really quickly and it doesn't, maybe once it gets really wet, it stays wet. We're gonna find out. So it's kind of an experiment this year on that. Something else I've decided I'm gonna do is living mulch. So I've seen some creators on TikTok that will intentionally plant clover, dandelion in their gardens to provide ground cover so the ground doesn't dry out. And I really like that idea. That's kind of like the premise behind the Three Sisters planting, which is what I'm going to do behind me up here, is that the squash spreads out and provides a ground cover so you don't lose all that moisture. And so what I'm doing here is, if I have purple dead nettle or other different guys here that don't impede the actual plant from growing, I'm gonna let it be. And I'm kind of curious to see how it's gonna do. I'm really trying to do like a as nature would do it type of planting this year. So we'll see. So now what I've done is, you saw I took my hoe and I mixed it up, watered real generously and mixed it up. There's still some like dry bits, but it's gonna rain for the next like 6 days. So I'm not super worried. So what I'm trying to do in all these beds is add some of our clay with the compost and the peat moss, and to mix it up so that I have a good well-rounded soil. So we'll see how it did. Last year I did straight compost and it was great. You know, if you can get your hand on some compost, do it. I specifically last year used horse manure compost. So the stuff that you buy in the bags from Lowe's is cow and chicken. So, oh, I wanted to show you my watering nozzle. I really like this. So I bought this at Lowe's. Y'all, it was on clearance. If you don't know me, let me tell you, I love a good clearance. So here is what it looks like. You cannot adjust it. It is literally just, it's to mimic rain. Okay, and it's long. It has a nozzle here for adjusting the power level on it, and it's lightweight. I really like it. You guys, it was on clearance for $2.97. Okay, seriously, if you can go to Lowe's, check out their garden center and find this guy if they still have any clearance. There was one that is adjustable and has adjustable settings like shower and all that, but I rarely use those, so I really like that. So here is where Zach started to till, and so he first started with our tiller and it stopped running, so then he tried to fix it, and then our amazing friends lent us there's, oh man, I just about fell. And what did Zach say? The tines, these spin in the same direction as the wheels. So it is a little more squirrely and hard to manhandle. So he used it for a little bit yesterday and tilled up some more in here and did not enjoy it. So that's why he decided to go buy a new motor. And what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to go plant some cucumbers in that bed I just tilled up. That's it. Put the compost in. And then I'm going to spread some out on here and take my cultivator and see what I can do. If not, truthfully, I might just get my bulb auger out, drill holes, and fill it in with compost to get going. But you know, I have a few more beds to fill, so I probably can wait a day or two until he gets that finished. My tomatoes won't die, but man, I want to put them in the ground. Anybody else like the same way, like you're just ready to plant? Now, I do want to make this preface that I am a new beginning gardener, okay? This is only my 3rd year having a garden. I am still learning, and every year I'm trying to do new things. So I don't have years of experience to tell you how to properly garden. I am just bringing you along on my journey, and I just want you to know that. You are more than welcome to copy what I'm doing, but also watch some creators on here like Roots and Refuge, Stiver's Homestead, Haas Tools. Check them out, see what they're doing for their garden, and see if there's something that will work for you better than what I'm doing. I chose not to pre-start my cucumbers because they grow so well just directly sowed into the ground. So I have very limited greenhouse space right now, and I wanted to use that for tomatoes, peppers, things that needed to get a head start before their last frost. So let's plant our cucumbers. I soaked them for a couple hours and I got the bed ready. Let's put them in. I planted some peas right in here, and so I am gonna come along a little further, hose is in the way, and dig a trench. I'm gonna plant these, I don't know, probably the width. I'm gonna try and just do the width of my hand apart. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go through and bury them. Those seeds did not fit the whole length of the bed. Stopped about in here. So now I can go get those other cucumbers that I have already started in my greenhouse, put those in the end, and then hopefully here in a couple days I'm gonna have beautiful cucumber starts. Super excited. Such an exciting time of the year. It's like life is coming back, gives hope, meaning to life. But there you go, guys. That's what I'm doing. I hope you're getting yours ready and in the ground. So enjoy this weekend. Next weekend, if you're a mama, hopefully you get spoiled. And happy gardening, guys, because I know we all love it. The thing I love about gardening is it doesn't matter, you know, who you are, what you look like. Gardens don't judge. Gardens don't care. All they care about is food, air, and water. And so that's why I love this. Like, you can be alternative and look like me. You can be a down-to-earth person. You can be old, you can be young. It doesn't discriminate. And that's why I love gardening. So if you've like thought about it, like, go for it. Start something. Like, it is the best therapy too, to sit out here at night. My favorite time to water is at night. So I like to sit out at night with my cocktail and water my garden. It is great for just kind of clearing your mind, de-stressing for the day. You know, if you can't afford therapy, it's a great time to like self-evaluate. So I highly, highly recommend that you try it out. So thank you all for watching, and cheers. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And I can't wait to show you what is going on here in a couple weeks when everything is in full-on growth rate. So have a great day, happy weekend, and stay safe and be responsible. Bye. In lieu of celebrating for Cinco de Mayo, cheers to you. I have a passion fruit margarita. I got the day off. I think there's nothing better than a good cup of coffee or a nice cocktail to enjoy while gardening. Give it a shot.